Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
New season, same outcome. We are below par, and if not worse than we were at the end of last season. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hollie's Hotspurs, and today I'll be talking about that 1-0 loss against Everton. If you're new to the channel, please remember to hit a like on this video, comment what you thought of that Everton game, and believe me, there's a lot to go over in this episode, and hit that subscribe button. Every Spurs fan, I think every football fan, regardless of who you support this weekend, was very excited to kick off the Premier League. None so than Tottenham fans, because to be fair, we've actually introduced a right back, a CDM. Those two players were implemented in the starting lineup. We had Lloris in goal, Doherty at right back, Toby, Dyer, Davies. We then had Højbjerg and Winks in the middle, Ellie just sitting in front with Lucas, Son and Kane as our attacking three. And to be fair, even though I would have probably liked to see Stevie B start over Lucas, I think Jose's got his favourites, and I think Lucas is one of those favourites. And to be fair, I thought it'd be a very strong lineup. In actual fact, I was very pleased. Very strong, because in the first 2 minutes, Son is testing the keeper, but it is easily saved by Pickford. Minute, we have some nice link-up play, which I must say, after the first half was pretty much non-existent. We only really saw glimpses of this combination play, but in 5 minutes, we find Kane, who passes through to Sonny, but Coleman is there ready to intercept it and get rid. At this moment in time, I saw lots of people on Twitter moaning about Dele, and to be honest, for me, I thought Dele was really getting into the game. Okay, he wasn't playing the best, but I don't think anyone really was playing their best in the opening minutes of the game. I thought Dele was the only one that was really pressing in that mid. Both Winks and Højbjerg weren't really doing anything, and I think, like I said, I think Dele was the only one that was trying to win the ball back high in the press. But like we know, a press only works if everybody is pressing, which is probably why lots of people will get irritated by Dele. It was a given that Everton were probably going to have most of the possession, and this was evident early on in the first 15 minutes. Everton were having a lot of the ball. And then my worst fears happen. We only have one left back in the team, supposedly, and that is Davies. And Davies goes ahead and plays a ball across the park into the space where there is a running Richarlison against a Toby that, to be fair to Toby, he is over the wrong side of the pitch, meaning that Richarlison's pretty much got an easy run through on goal. Take a look at this. This is the biggest let-off I have ever seen. Richarlison does the hard bit, gets past Toby, manages to take it round Lloris, who comes charging out. All he's got to do is basically slot it into the back of the net. Okay, there was a player nearly on the line, so maybe he was thinking, oh, I've got to get a bit of air on this to be able to get it into the back of the net and over the defender. But if he was a bit more composed, he could have sent it back, and it would have been a nice easy slot pass for whoever was in the box for Everton. So it was a very big let-off. I do not know how he's missed that. Then on the 23rd minute, we have a bit of the ball as well. He switches the play and finds Sonny, who runs for a bit and then sees Harry Kane running to back post. Sonny whips in, but it's just too far in front of Kane for him to be able to get a head on it or a foot on it. That was quite promising. 24th minute as well, we have another golden opportunity where Dele Alli picks up the ball inside the box. Instead of lashing it near post, he decides to cross it towards the back of the post, but it's picked out easily by the Everton defence. Just lacked a bit of urgency throughout this whole game. This first half was the only bit of actual passion and desire to win the game or do something with the ball. Second half, I just don't even want to talk about it. From Everton's point of view, they were really having the green of the park. Rodriguez, for me, I thought played really well. He's probably one of their most scary players, as in his distribution of the ball, managing to find Richarlison and when Calvert-Lewin when he came on, but also the fact of his ability just to have a shot from everywhere. He was very unlucky not to score. I thought Højbjerg was having an absolute mare of a debut. It was one that he definitely should try and forget. It was just misplaced passes, being easily dispossessed off the ball. I thought it was supposed to be our answer to everything. Clearly from today, that wasn't it. We go into the break, luckily, at 0-0, but Everton could easily be in front. Yes, we had a lot of chances ourselves. There was a lovely bit of play between him and Kane. Kane chips the ball into the path of Doherty. He's literally through on goal. Instead of smashing it with his laces back post, he hits it with the side of his foot, and Pickford manages to save it. There was another instance as well where Dele was through on goal himself again, which is when I really thought Sonny should have played the ball to Kane, and Kane was very annoyed, shall we say, when Sonny didn't find that ball to Kane. I don't really know what was going on with Sonny. I just don't think he could get it out of his feet. But he found Dele Alli as well. Pickford again makes another good save. At half-time, Jose makes a substitution, which I thought was very odd. He decides to bring off Dele Alli and stick Sissoko on as a right mid. Okay, Dele Alli didn't have the greatest of games in that first half, but I also don't think he had the worst of games. When Dele came off, we lacked creativity once again. And I know I've been banging on about we need a backup striker. After watching this game, especially the second half, fuck the backup striker. We need a creative midfielder. Oh my lord. 50th minute in, I was shredding my hair out. Rodriguez literally was unmarked in the box when the ball came into him. Okay, he sliced the ball and it went very wide. But if that did go in, I'd be talking about how bad our marking was for that ball coming in. It was atrocious. And talk about another atrocious bit of defending. Take a look at this. On the 54th minute, we give away another cheap free kick. And to be fair, it was quite a far way out. Digne puts the ball in, and there is Calvert-Lewin to head it home top corner. It was a brilliant delivery and an even better header. But what's the first thing our Spurs players do? We moan that the free kick was pushed forward. I'm not being funny. That free kick was taken so far back. Who cares if it was another inch? There's no way that ball should be coming easily into our box like that. For one, we should be moaning at Eric Dyer for not getting up to compete with Calvert-Lewin. If he wants to be a centre-back at this club, he needs to learn how to jump and head the ball simultaneously, because he, for one, is another reason why Calvert-Lewin has scored that. It's literally not pressuring him at all. Does he know how to jump? Clearly not. And I'm going to get off this subject before I end up breaking something. So, we've gone from a weak mentality to a sulky mentality. Rather than getting our heads up, which what used to happen, a goal would go against us and we'd actually pick up the bum, it goes the complete opposite. What do we decide to do? Nothing. We looked absolutely lifeless. I don't know what was going on. If we looked bad enough in the first half, second half, I don't even know. I would rather watch England play when we played Iceland the other week and it was atrocious. This was gross. Everybody decided to sulk, walk around the pitch, not bother to do anything. Then rash challenges were coming in left, right and centre. It was painful to watch. I think the worst thing was when Richarlison was out on the wide. He absolutely rinses Sonny, rinses Birdwin. They're like this together and he just runs through the middle. And then who's there to tackle him? Højbjerg. But does he tackle him with precision? No, he goes clean out for his shins. And then he has the audacity to roll around on the floor. Okay, I was excited when Højbjerg came in, but today, oh my God. What is going on with the lad? I know Jose says we need to be bastards on the pitch, but Jesus Christ, I'd actually like to win the game and actually score some goals. I knew today possession wasn't going to go our way because that's not Jose ball. Jose ball is obviously letting them bring pressure onto us and then we hit them in an attack. We couldn't do that though because we had no creative players, no drive, no nothing. It just went from bad to worse. At times, I didn't even realise we had any midfielders on the pitch. We just looked so spaced out. Even when we did try to go forward, no one was helping. There was no overlapping runs. There was no movement off the ball. There was no nothing. And okay, Harry Kane, he did not get the service today, but he also just didn't want to be there. To be fair, after playing 70 minutes, it's no excuse, but after playing 70 minutes, not seeing any sniff of the ball, I'd be pissed off as well. So that's another nail in the coffin, I think, to Harry Kane leaving soon. Today was supposed to be a new chapter. It's a chapter I'd like to rip out of the book and start again, to be honest, on the first day of the season. So it's not something you really want to be witnessing. Credit to Everton. Besides that Richarlison miss, because that was awful, they have brought some key signings into their team. And to be honest, I'm very jealous that they've got Rodriguez because he is quality. There's not really a lot I can say about Tottenham today, apart from lethargic, not wanting to be there. Just our heads dropped as soon as that goal went in. It'd be fine if we had lots of time to just chill out, regroup. No, we've got a whole bloody long fixture list next week, haven't we? So if one game wasn't bad enough, next week's going to be hell on earth. So I look forward to that one. The only good thing we saw was when Doherty came off and Tanguy came on. We actually saw Tanguy for 15 minutes, which he had another little cameo. And to be honest, his pass rate was better than everybody's pass rate that'd been on that pitch for 90 minutes. So if that's a positive, that's great. Like I say, first game of the season against Everton, you're thinking, okay, they've got some new players in. This is not going to be an easy game. But Jesus Christ, we literally gave it to them. There's literally no desire, no heart, no nothing. It's like we've gone back in time. It feels like today we haven't improved, but I suppose the only way we can go is go ahead. I mean, call me crazy. The only good thing is we didn't pay to watch that today. That's great. Highest paying season tickets. Well, I mean, we're crazy. We pay the most money to watch our team play. Thank God that people weren't in that stadium today, because I think there'd be a lot of getting on the players' backs. And to be honest, don't blame them. Normally I'd be like, no, you need to try and get behind the lads. But when you watch something like that and you're paying that amount of money for something, it's a disgrace. It really is. So not a good day in the office for Tottenham today, but never mind. The next 3 episodes of the Amazon documentary comes out tomorrow, so we can all watch our favourite person, Daniel Levy, say how he's an amazing chairman. So yeah, thanks again for this lovely video. Sorry it's a bit depressing. I'm slightly angry. But we move. We look forward to the game against Southampton next week, which I must say I can't wait for. My dream team for the Sun and my fantasy Premier League team is currently in the mud, which is great. But anyway, thanks again to everyone that's sat here listening to me moan. We move again. This was instalment number 1 of Hollie Hotspurs this season. Hopefully the next time I talk to you, I'm a bit more happier. But until then, always remember, come on you Spurs.